beautiful people, last time I did a video, Mabel Louise, my dog, was scratching at the door. So I have invited her into the video today so that we don't hear her crying and scratching to be in here. So she's going to be in this video today. So I'm moving right along with the next video in the No Regrets series. When people get older, one of their biggest regrets is that they don't take better care of their health when they were younger. By implementing the advice in this video series, you have the potential to age backwards. Stay with me. This is Lindy Ford, registered dietitian, clinical and functional nutritionist, and nutrition detective. Please subscribe to this channel, join our YouTube family, and receive great evidence-based, common sense, life-changing advice. Follow me on all the social medias with the links below. Okay, this next video in our series is oh so important, but not more important than our last video about nutrient-dense eating, so go back and watch that one. Today we are tackling movement and exercise to the ground. But wait, so many of you think, oh wow, she's going to guilt me into going to the gym. And I have a secret. I don't go to the gym and I exercise almost every single day. There's absolutely nothing wrong with going to the gym, and I applaud you if you do, but you can get ridiculously healthy and gain all the benefits that I'm going to talk to you about by even just exercising at home. I want you to view not exercising and living a sedentary life as abnormal. Your body was created to move. Being sedentary really is a new smoking. So I'm going to briefly talk about the benefits of consistent movement and exercise, and then I'm going to give you some strategy and tips on how to get the most out of exercise. Even for you all, and I can hear you saying this through the screen, but Lindy, I don't have the time. You really do. You have to make some time. I'm going to give you some tricks and tips to help you make the most of it. I'm leaving the most important tip to the very end, so stick with me in this very short video. So what are the benefits? So you may think you all have this down pat, but hear me out to the end because there's many that may motivate you even more. The first thing many of you might think when you hear exercise is weight loss. To that I want to say yes and no. We think we're burning calories. Well, yes and no. So it's just so much more complicated than that. Patient after patient, and I mean after patient, tell me that they exercise and they still can't lose weight. And that is mainly because you can't out-exercise insulin. You know I'm going to say it in every single video. Exercise does speed your metabolism, and when you combine weight and resistance training, it helps. But weight loss is not the biggest benefit. There are so many more. If you weigh 110 pounds wringing wet, I'm going to want you to exercise effectively. And here's a few reasons why. Exercise lowers your risk of all the major diseases and lessens the severity of disease. The research jury is in on this. Exercise improves your mood. It stimulates brain chemicals that help you feel happier and less anxious. And exercise improves your sex life. I bet many of you just perked up on that one, didn't you? Some research suggests that consistent exercise increases arousal in women, and men are less likely to experience erectile dysfunction. It's true. So consistent exercise also promotes better sleep. It boosts energy, and therefore it helps you to be more productive. So the next benefit is huge. Weight-bearing strength training, which everybody should be doing, builds muscle. And this is something that each one of us should be actively working towards. Our muscles atrophy as we age, beautiful people. Strength training boosts your metabolism, like we mentioned before, decreases the risk of falls, lowers the risk of injury, helps you look leaner and better. And that is a valid benefit. It lowers your risk of diabetes and heart disease, promotes better mobility and flexibility. Strength training decreases your risk, this is big, of osteopenia and osteoporosis. These conditions have become an epidemic in my practice recently, unfortunately. Consistent exercise also promotes skin health, paired with those antioxidants that I talked about in the last video. So if you haven't watched it, go back and watch. You, beautiful person, will become even more beautiful. Your skin is affected by oxidative stress when your body can't neutralize free radicals, and that damages your skin. Exercise helps to combat oxidative stress. Exercise improves memory and brain health and can reduce pain. Listen, I know this firsthand. I suffered with this debilitating back pain from herniated discs and a running injury for years. This would land me in bed for days, unable to even turn over without involuntarily screaming. I'm telling you, it was horrible. When I, number one, got serious about consuming anti-inflammatory foods, and number two, started consistently, and consistently is the magic word, stretching and exercising, my pain episodes ceased, and thank the good Lord above, I no longer have them. Respectfully, I say this, if those benefits I just mentioned don't motivate you to do something, then you need to reach down and see if you still have a pulse. I mean it. Here are a few tips that after working with so many people and also applying them to my own life really work. I want to set you up for success. My all-time favorite, most important tip is last, so stay with me. Number one is that you shouldn't over-exercise. Most of us, I realize, just really don't have this problem, right? When I say over-exercise, I mean closer to an hour or more, and oftentimes only a few days a week. There are a few problems with this because of increased injury and cortisol, the stress hormone. I literally called a trainer friend of mine to tell him that he needed to let my 29-year-old patient out of his boot camp class after 30 minutes. Her cortisol was going too high, and after that it was causing her to actually gain weight. I'm not saying that happens to everyone, but it was happening to this woman. I rarely exercise over 25 minutes, but I have a secret, so just keep listening. Number two is to start slow. I can't tell you how many people have gotten gung-ho about getting healthy, and that's great, but then they start in on these workouts or classes and their bodies aren't ready for them. In every instance, every single one, they injure themselves in some way, and then they're out for a long time doing absolutely nothing. It makes me crazy. Please, beautiful person, don't do that to yourself. If your body is fairly new to this, start with 5 minutes and then go to 10 minutes and gradually increase so your body can be prepared. Number three is to vary your movement. You'll get more out of every exercise. I like the HIIT or interval workouts because I'm doing something different with my muscles and my body every day. In the course of a week, you should be doing some cardio, resistance and strength training, and don't ever forget your flexibility and your stretching. That is really going to protect you most from injury. I save the most important for the end. Number four is to be consistent. That means you do something every day. There are some days I am so busy, I only get in about 10 minutes, but I do something. You need to be doing something 5 and preferably 6 days a week, and it's best just to take 1 day a week off. So many people tell me that they only exercise 2 to 3 days a week, and I'm happy they're doing something, but I encourage them to fill in the other days with at least 10 minutes of just something. It creates consistency in your body, and it is so good for you. It'll make a big difference. If you don't believe me, test me and see what happens. Consistent. Oh, how I love that word. Varied, reasonable movement and exercise paired with nutrient-dense, low-carb eating will revolutionize your health and help you to live with no regrets. Join me in the next video when we talk about anti-aging supplements. I will see you there.